Hi, Kylie here, just another Army vet. Welcome to another reaction video. Today, I'm finishing my reaction on the Making of a Warrior, IMA, by the channel Shiv Kunal Verma. Let's get to it.
Year after year, academy teams clash with sporting rivals NDA in a variety of disciplines, fighting it out for the coveted Bakshi Cup. IMA alumni have distinguished themselves not only in mountaineering and equestrian events, but have played Test cricket, represented India at the Olympic, Asian and Commonwealth Games.
Desk cricket? What do you say?
They have dominated the national squash scenario for decades and collected a host of Arjuna awards in other arenas as well. The icing on the cake, however, is a clutch of medals won at the Olympic Games in hockey, a sport that makes not just the academy but the entire nation collectively hold its breath.
So this is just an interesting cultural difference that I want to point out between India and the United States. And I learned this lesson after I reacted to India in 11 minutes. Essentially, when an American says the word hockey, 90% of the time, he means ice hockey. Whereas in India, if you say the word hockey, 90% of the time, they're going to mean field hockey. So that's just something interesting to think about. Field hockey is just not that big in the States. Ice hockey is much bigger.
If the blur of color were to inspire an artist, it would take a Rudyard Kipling to capture the soul of the long-distance runner. The ground seems to shake as the entire academy is on the move. Individual endurance is tested to the very limit as GCs run not just for themselves but for their respective companies. Every finish is vital. Every finish is critical.
Sherawat, Joginder Singh, PK Yadav, 7 restriction each. Laughing on cross-country route.
All of you, 5 minutes. Get it, move.
Gentlemen cadets are not judged only on academic results or athletic achievements, both of which are measurable.
Next week.
They have to reach a standard in these spheres and in drill, but it is as important for them to develop tangible qualities of leadership and even temperament, the ability to put up with horseplay and leg pulling without loss of temper. Cheerfulness, quickness to obey, initiative and self-reliance, and above all, and perhaps the hardest of all to define, the ability of the GC to pull his weight.
Initiative is huge in
The
any
gentleman
leader.
cadet must learn to be a brother officer as well as a junior, linked in a common bond of honorable behavior.
The honor code. U.S. military academies also have an honor code. I'm assuming they do also. Just like the NDA, I imagine.
Chindits. For the GCs, it's the final hurdle through which they now must transcend.
You all are dead. There's an ID on top of your head.
Generally, you take care of IDs from below the vehicle, but the sides of the vehicles are very soft. Okay, so they are now planting IDs these days onto the side of the roads also, where there are cuttings. Keep moving.
Again, these are lessons learned about the IEDs that the United States should have learned before we went to Iraq and Afghanistan. I do remember seeing the Marines in soft-top Humvees during the initial invasion of Iraq. And if you ever see that movie, Generation Kill, it's all about that.
The face of modern war necessitates that tomorrow's warrior fosters a deep interest and care for the individual, for he may well have to flush the enemy from behind the ranks of his own people.
फौज ने गांव को चारों तरफ से घेर रखा है। पूरे गांव वाले अपने आइडेंटिटी कार्ड लेकर बाहर आ जाए। खड़ा हो। बाहर 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 बाहर।
General Wingate's long range behind the enemy lines columns set standards of endurance during World War II that kindled the imagination of the world. Now the gentlemen cadets, as a unit, must cover the 70-odd kilometers through the Shivaliks, reporting at the academy with men and equipment intact.
One up, sir. Two up. Raise it on
So if
top
these
of
are
your head.
all men, where do the women actually go?
As the GC's stint at the academy draws to a close, excitement builds up with individuals opting for various arms. Bihar, Rajputs, Dogras, Sikhs, armor, artillery, Gurkhas. The corridors are abuzz with each gentleman cadet's name now associated with a regiment. The seeds that had been sown a few terms ago have sprouted. The academy yet again goes through the rituals, most of them cherished traditions, handed down by other men who too had once been gentlemen cadets.
The U.S. military academies also have a lot of traditions as well, obviously. It's been around for hundreds of years, I think. West Point.
A few months shy of his 90th year, the arrival of the Field Marshal sends a ripple of excitement through the academy. In the cold winter morning, everything seems to sparkle with the bubbling exuberance of the passing out gentlemen cadets.
How many
It
graduations
is a
per year?
poignant moment, tempered with the camaraderie of the young men.
Please keep quiet and listen.
Okay. I pray to the God that I will be the best one.
Okay, keep seeing all the cleavage. And another thing. Billets or a girl? I saw it there. It was 66. Sorry, you missed out the zero in between.
What was that hat he was wearing? It was kind of like slanted.
The colors of the academy are steel grey and blood red. Grey for steel denotes strength and resilience, whereas red for blood signifies the ultimate sacrifice in devotion to duty.
Good,
The
Marshal.
public face of not just the academy, but that of the entire army is on display. Tempered by fire, the passing out gentlemen cadets have been trained in disciplined valor to the extent that now courage becomes a habit and a reflex. They too, like so many before them, carry forward certain virtues: loyalty to comrades, fidelity to an oath, and courage under stress. For without these virtues, an officer and an army are nothing.
Winner of Technical Silver Medal, Junior Officer Shashi Kiran Advocate.
It must have been an honor to meet him, shake his hand.
Winner of Chief of Army Staff Band, Empire Company.
The creme de la creme of the academy, or the first among equals, take a time-honored bow, the sword of honor, The gold and silver medals, the banner awarded to the best company are cherished moments in the rearview mirror of time.
Bravo! The goal! Great!
Many changes have taken place. But one thing remains the same. That is your task and your duty. You are required to ensure the security of this country against any aggressor. What does that mean for you? It means that you should have to fight, and fight to win. There is no room for the loser. If you lose, don't come back. You will have disgraced the country. The country won't accept you. The people of cities, towns, villages and gowns where you come from won't look at you. Even your gharwali will despise you. As I look around, I see parents, I see relations, I see friends who are looking at you with trust and pride. Make sure, gentlemen, that you don't betray their trust or their pride. May the winds of fortune blow kindly upon you, and may good luck attend all your deeds. I wish you great success. Thank you.
The difference between a bad and a good army is not only a matter of equipment, but also of something in the human spirit. Mere enthusiasm is not enough. Fervor must be controlled, trained and guided. For 70 years, the Indian Military Academy, nestled in the lap of the Himalayas, has done just that.
They're playing the same song they did the NDA, or Old Acquaintances Be Forgotten. Interesting.
My heartiest congratulations to the gentlemen cadets and their parents. The fitting may now commence.
Danny? Yeah. You're a fourth generation. Grandfather, grandmother.
I am a warrior. Fighting is my dharma. I will train my mind, body and spirit to fight. I will excel in all devices and weapons of war, present and future. I will always protect the weak. I will be truthful to bluntness. I will be humane, cultured and compassionate. I will fight and embrace the consequences. God, give me strength that I ask nothing of you.
So great video. I really enjoyed it. I would like to definitely watch another video on the IMA, maybe one that was made more recently. So in terms of, does the U.S. Army have a similar school? And we do. It's called Officer Candidacy School, which is where college graduates go to get commissioned in the U.S. Army. Where the NDA is more similar to the U.S. military service academies, such as the Coast Guard Academy and West Point. And speaking of the NDA, if you did miss my video on it, I'll put it right here. Thanks for watching. Please smash that like button.